Hello friends. Today I want to tell you about my homemade, but very functional greenhouse, which automatically ventilates itself, and also waters the beds itself at a certain time. And also a lot of other useful things regarding the greenhouse. Let's start in order. Here is the entrance to my greenhouse. As you can see, the greenhouse has two doors, one of film, and the second of mesh. In spring, when it's still cool at night, I close the greenhouse with a film door, and in summer, when it's hot, I close the greenhouse with a mesh door. It also prevents insect pests from entering my greenhouse, and pets. Animals can significantly damage plants and crops. My greenhouse measures 8 yards long and 4 yards wide. The beds are 1 yard wide and the aisles are 20 inches wide. Tomatoes are grown in my left and right beds this year, and in the central bed I grow peppers and cucumbers. I think you've already noticed the paths in my greenhouse. They are lined with black agrofiber and fixed with construction dowels, which are used in the insulation of houses. Thus, I got rid of dust in the greenhouse, and in previous years, when the paths in the greenhouse were not protected, the dust rose simply from walking along the paths and the whole crop was in dust. The next thing in my greenhouse is automatic ventilation. As I said before, my door is made of mesh. Cool and clean air is constantly coming in. My greenhouse is made according to the Mittleider. And this is a type of greenhouse, which has vents at the top under the roof, through which the hottest air comes out. And thus the greenhouse is well ventilated. And such automatic window openers are installed. I ordered them on AliExpress. You can search for such in online stores. And also in addition to the windows that I have in the roof, there is also a window on the opposite side of the door, through which a lot of hot and humid air also comes out. I also installed a mosquito net on it, and an automatic opener. His device is quite simple here in this black flask, a special gas that expands when the temperature rises and pushes out a piston that opens the window. And in the evening, when the temperature drops, they bury themselves. Also, as you can see, I have a protective net from the sun on top of the greenhouse. A little further on the video I will tell you more about it. I also made a very useful thing. This is a shelf. It is not replaceable in the greenhouse. In the spring, I lay out fertilizers and seeds on it before planting. I put seedlings, and now I have a pruning tool here. Here is a tool for removing suckers and leaves. There is also a sprayer for applying fertilizer, or for pest control, various folk remedies, as well as a brush to pollinate peppers. And now I will tell you about the most important thing. This is an automatic drip irrigation, which makes my life easier. It also saves my time. Since it turns on and off itself, you just need to set up this drip irrigation once and it will always work in the same mode. You can also find such drip irrigation on the internet. I bought my own in China. His droppers are adjustable. You can set the volume of water individually for each plant. They are connected to the highway itself using these connectors. Here is the highway itself that comes out of the barrel. The water flows by gravity. The volume of my barrel is 200 gallons. Now I'll take a closer look at the connection itself via the watering timer. And while I'm out on the street, I'll tell you about the shading net. Its density is 45%. Accordingly, it shades 45% of the sun's rays, and 55% passes to plants. Also, this mesh prevents insects and tiles from entering my greenhouse through the windows. Now let's get back to the watering device. The barrel is mounted on supports, at a height of 3 feet from the ground. The barrel is painted black so that the water heats up faster. A hole is drilled in the bottom of the barrel, a rubber gasket is installed and a tie-in is also inserted. A crane has been installed that can shut off the entire system. A filter is installed below. It is absolutely necessary. And here is such automation. If you are going to buy automation, then take it with a ball mechanism, they are more durable. And the water flows through them quickly, creating sufficient pressure for drip irrigation, and through this timer I have a greenhouse connected and in this large garden. That's actually all I wanted to tell you about my greenhouse. I think each of you has learned something new and interesting for yourself. Therefore, like, subscribe and do not miss the release of new videos.